So welcome guys in this new Arid Reborn episode of all the save zone quests, all the missions that you can get from the save zone. I'm gonna show you in this video how to complete each and every quest into the save zone, and later on probably I will show each and every key for this new map. So let's start with this NPC called Red. Let's start with Arsenal 1 quest. So for this quest you need 2 metal parts. Metal parts, it's very easy to get. It's very easy to get. Basically you can get metal parts from Abu City. The easiest part is go here on the map. Here, basically where is the satellite. You can go there, and that's kinda one of the best spots where you can farm the metal parts. So let's go there and farm some metal parts. So we are at the satellite, basically at this area. So you can pick up basically each and every shitty item on the ground, just to increase respawn rating. Oh, and actually we found 1 metal part. So this is very easy. Basically this is very easy because respawn rate in here, if you pick each and every item off the ground, is very high. Maybe it's the server thing as well, because maybe in the server settings the respawn rate is higher or lower. So if you're playing on different servers, that means it can be different. So be aware of that. So when you are done with this quest and you had 2 metal parts, come back to the save zone, talk to the Red, and complete this Arsenal 1 quest. Okay, for the next quest, Arsenal 2, we need 2 low tier gun parts. So this is kinda easy as well, but it can be annoying if you play on the server. It can be annoying because people can steal basically guns from the gun shop. Because I kinda recommend Abu City's gun shop, but you need key for that. And I also recommend to go to the military places where you don't need gas masks, which are not the dead zones. Basically you can go to the Tamara, you can go to the Point Lima, you can go also in the airfield. So yeah, I recommend these places because you can get guns from them. Very easily. So these basically 3 locations are the best. Oh, sorry, not the 3. 4 locations are the best. So let's try out the Abu City, where you need the Gunshop Key as well. If you watch my tutorial video about the keys, you will know, and I'm gonna include the keys as well in this video. So watch the video and you will see how to get each and every key on Arid Reborn.
I've seen relics of kingdoms past and crowns of ancient keys. I've heard.
So the next quest is Arsenal 3. The Arsenal 3 is gonna be planted markers. The planted markers are I think the most annoying quests which you can get from the save zone, but I'm gonna show you each and every location, so that can be easy if you have a vehicle. If you have a helicopter, if you have a car or a plane, these quests gonna be easier. So let's take this Arsenal 3 quest. And for this quest we need XP. You need XP to buy a planted markers. Basically you need XP buy planted markers. You can buy the markers at this guy. This is the new NPC in the safe zone. It's called Mark. So we take a trade option and buy 3 marking flares. So the first location is here from the safe zone. You're gonna find this green car, and in front of the car you can plant the first marker. Okay, and the second marker is closer to the rails, closer to the train rails. So you're gonna find red car, and at the front you can plant the second marker. And the last marker is at this location at the map. The second, basically the second red car, and at the front, and the quest is done. You need to go back to the safe zone to complete basically this quest. And now for the Arsenal 4 quest. You need high tier gun parts. So actually the high tier gun parts gonna be a little bit difficult to get. You can get basically also these gun parts from the Abu City gun shop and the police station. I recommend Point Lima as well, Tamara complex, and the military airfield basically. So you can run basically you can run these 4 locations and try to find these high tier gun parts. So actually for the Arsenal 4 request, I recommend you go to airfield. The airfield is kind of the best place out of these 4 places. You can also try Tamara, and you can also try Point Lima. So, but I think the airfield is kind of the best place where you can get the high tier gun parts as well, the low tier gun parts if you need. So, for the Arsenal 5, the final quest from this NPC, you need to get EUS B14 Key and Dozier. So, you can find this key in a tower, and you can find Dozier at the big canal dead zone where you need a gas mask and you need a biohazard suit. So, talking about this key, which you need for this quest, it's close to the Point Mike, at this location, Point Mike, and this radio tower. You need to get up to this radio tower, and there is the key. So for the Dozier, we need to go inside of the Fort Canal, in the main building basically. We need to get at the second floor of this building. And Dozier is this green paper. So that's how you complete Arsenal 5 quest. and this basically reads NPC quest line. So we need to move to the next quest line and talk to with the NPC called Architect. So for the Reinforcements 1 quest, you need 4 plastic fragments. It's easy. It's easy to get the 4 plastic fragments. You can go to the Abu City, you can go at the satellite, basically at the west side, or you can go to the overpass. I'm gonna try to go to the Abu City and loot some buildings to get 4 plastic fragments. Well, basically that was easy. And that's how you complete Reinforcements 1. So for the Reinforcements 2 quest, you need 10 bricks. You need 10 bricks, and you need for this quest to buy a shovel. For this quest you need shovel, and you need to find a water area. I recommend this place for the clay, basically. And yeah, let's go there. Basically, when you get the clay, the next thing what you need is chop down some trees, basically. 2 trees gonna be enough, and go back to the safe zone, or find basically the heat. You need to find the barrel of the heat, or you can use also the campfire. At the safe zone you can use this thing and burn the wood to get charcoal, and that's how you make the bricks. So for the Reinforcements 3 quest, you need 4 planted markers. Again, these planted markers is one of the most annoying quests, but I'm gonna show you basically the 4 places where you can plant these markers. Okay, the first location is Tamara Complex at the fuel tanks, basically. Right over here. Next place is Point Oscar. Again, at close to the fuel tank. Right over here. And the last 2 markers is at the Abu Big City. One is located at the police station and one is at the construction site. So first we're gonna go for the police station. And the last is at the construction site on the left side. So for the Reinforcements 4 quest, you need again, not the 4, but you now need 8 planted markers. This is gonna be hard thing to do, basically, because the best way to do it is to get a helicopter or a car, basically, because you need to find 8 radio towers to plant these 8 markers. Okay, the first radio tower is located at this area. The next tower is at the train station. So the next tower is located at Point Lima. At the Point Lima. The next tower is located at Abu South. It's basically at the south of the city. Next tower is close to this big building at the city. So the next tower is between the city and highway. The next one is at the Point Mike. And the last tower is between the Kahraman and Point November. So, for the Reinforcements 5, the final quest, you need 4 solid state drives. So, for the solid state drives, I recommend going you to the satellite area right there on the map. Or you can loot also the bunker dead zone. Or you can go to the Fort Canal for these SSDs. So you can choose, but I recommend kind of go to the 2 dead zones to find SSDs very fast. For this Fort Canal you need gas mask and biohazard suit, and for the city's Abu bunker dead zone you need a key, you need AG19 key, you need a night vision, and you need a gas mask. So you can decide. But I recommend for this quest, I recommend you go to the dead zones. And that's how you complete all reinforcement quest line from this NPC architect. The next NPC is Huey. You need to talk with this NPC to get Armor 1 quest. So for the Armor 1 you need stack of cloth. That's easy. You can get cloth easily at the airfield, at the city, at the dead zones, at the overpass, but I will go at the Abu city to get clothes. Come to this store basically at the city to get clothes. But if this store is empty, I kinda recommend you to go to this big building and at the room which have blue doors. But for that room you need B2 key. Basically you can scrap the money stacks. You can take the money stacks and make clothes out of them. You can scrap them and get clothes fragments. As well, the good thing and easy thing is to get basically a rope out of these lockers and scrap them as well. So that's the easiest way basically to get clothes. So that's how you complete Armor 1 quest. So for the Armor 2 quest, you need high Q fabric. 3 pieces of high Q fabric. You can get these pieces from Abu City Borels at the ground. You can get it easily from airfield. You can go to the Tamara. You can also go to the Point Lima. Or you can go basically to overpass or to dead zones. So for the next quest, Armor 3, you need again 3 planted markers. These quests are annoying. I know, but I will show the 3 places where you can place the markers for Armor 3 quest. For the Armor 3 quest, you need to come to the airfield and plant 3 markers. 2 is inside of these big hangars at the planes. 1 is here. The second one is here. And the last one is located at this plane, which is outside. Yeah, the last one is here. Basically, in the regular Arid, this quest was called Supplier Free, if I remember correctly. But in this Reborn Arid, it's called Armor Free. So for the Armor 4 quest, you need one red floppy disk, one green, and one blue floppy disk as well. So these floppy disks you can find easily at the Abu City, at that big building. Behind the blue doors at that big building, basically where you need to get B2 key for that room. Well, I talk about this big building close to the hospital. So you need to basically come here at these blue doors, and yeah, there you can find the floppy disks. So that's how you complete Armor 4 quest. So for the last quest, Armor 5, you need to get 3 roll of lead. So to get these 3 rolls of lead, basically you need to go to the dead zones. I recommend basically going to the Abu City bunker dead zone to find these rolls. That's kind of the best dead zone where you can find easily these rolls. So I recommend you going there. I'm not gonna show you how I gonna get these things, but yeah, I recommend that place. But for that place you need AG19 key as well, and I think the AG18 key as well. So watch the key tutorial video to know where you can get these keys. So when you are done with collecting 3 rolls of lead, come to talk with Huey and complete Armor 5 quest. And that's the last quest from this NPC. So the next quest gonna be from this NPC called Informant. So we're gonna take Extraction 1 quest. So for this quest you need to find USB stick. The USB stick you can find easily anywhere basically, but you need to insert it at Fort Canal, 2nd floor, the server room. Yeah, this server room is called B7. And you need to insert USB right here. And that's basically it from Informant NPC. So in this save zone is a new NPC called Doc Gordon, which gives you a Consumable 1 quest, basically. For the Consumable you need 4 glass fragments. That's as well easy quest. I recommend you going to the Abu City. You can break basically glass from the buildings and collect these glass fragments. Okay, the one thing is windows, the second thing is basically you can find as well glass bottles, but kinda the easiest way is to get these broken light bulbs and salvage them. And that's how you can get as well easily the glass fragments. So for the Consumable 2 quest you need 2 antiseptic, which you can get easily from Abu City at the hospital, from the lockers and as well from the healing boxes. So the next quest is Consumables 3. You need chemical fertilizer. Yeah, this thing you can get as well easily in Abu City. As well you can go to the overpass or another locations basically to find this thing, but I recommend basically overpass or Abu City. So for the Consumable 4 quest, you need basically these green bottles. So these green bottles you can find easily at the hospital, at the city. That's the best place where you can find it. So, and for the last quest, Consumable 5, you need 3 planted markers. So, for this quest you need to come back to the Fort Canal to plant 3 markers. The first marker is located here at the table. The second one is outside of this building, this small building. And the last marker is located at this tent outside on this box. And that's how you complete all Doc Gordon consumable quests. So the next quest you're gonna take from this NPC called Dolan. I'm gonna call this NPC just the Dolan. So the first quest is Career 1. For this quest you need 3 bolt nuts. So you can get these bolt nuts easily at the overpass. I recommend you to go to the overpass. That's the best area where you can get easily the screws, the bolts, all the construction materials. It's basically located at the overpass. So you can get as well the bolt box. Just unstuck them and you're gonna get bolt nuts for this quest. So for the Career 2 quest, you need to find suspension spring and turbocharger. This quest is kinda annoying because you can get easily the springs, but the turbocharger is kinda actually rare. If you play on the server, it's kinda actually rare piece to find. So kinda, I wish you good luck to find the turbocharger, or you have a benefit. If you play on the server, you can ask another player to just basically give you this thing, or you can buy it from the another player. So that's how it is. But for this quest, I recommend you basically the Abu City as well. I recommend you airfield, and you can also try to go to the Tamara complex. So that's basically it. You can try as well another locations, but I recommend these 3 locations basically for this quest. So we are at the airfield basically, and at the airfield shelves you can find, oh, there is a turbocharger. So you took one. Now you need to find basically 2 springs as well. So for the Career 3 quest, you need 4 oil canisters and 5 armor platings. So oil canisters you can find as well, like you know, into the Abu City, in the overpass. For the armor platings, I recommend you going to the military locations or police stations. Try to find West's the police helmets or military helmets, and break them. Just break them and you will get the armor plating. Or you can do also, if you have a horde beacon, you can also do the horde beacon at the Abu City, and you can get armor platings from them as well. So for the Career 4 quest, you need to find 1 motor oil. Motor oil you can find easily at the Abu City. the small store. Motor oil you can find in this place. Oh yeah, and there is one already. So yeah, you can find motor oil at this place. Also you can check this small garage as well for the, yeah, you can find springs and turbocharger and motor oil as well in this place. So for the final quest, Career 5, you need to find a car engine and tank memory module. So the car engine gonna be pain in the ass, and tank memory module as well, because if you remember in the regular Arid, the tank which you can explode and get tank memory module was located at the Tamara, but now the tank is located at Al Mahjora, and this location now is the tank which you can explode. But basically this quest is based on if you play on the server or you play on the single player. In the single player you can use the love, you can use basically an RPG and all these guns, which is basically like a RPG. But if you play on the server, where these things is kind of banned, and the only thing which you can get is RPG, then you can make the RPG, make warhead for that thing, and go to that location to explode the tank. So when you are at the Al Mahjora location, this is the tank which I'm talking about. You need RPG, and I recommend you to use tandem RPG warheads for this tank. So for the car engine, basically you can loot Dabu City, the military airfield, basically the location that I mentioned earlier. But when you get the tank memory module, you need a stack of cloth and also a stack of lubricant to clean it up. You need to clean the tank memory module. Also you need toolbox for this thing. The toolbox you can get from this NPC. Boom, like this, and then you can clean it up, the tank memory module. So that's how you basically complete this quest. And yeah, this is basically the last quest from this NPC. So the Roland NPC gives you also the one quest, introductions basically. You need to complete Arsenal 4 quest, Reinforcement 4 quest, Armor 4 quest, Consumables 4 quest, and then you can complete this quest basically. And that's it from the Roland, and Roland basically gives you the new quest line, which is called Recovery, the Recovery 1. So for the Recovery 1 you need 3 placed markers and you need to find black box. So if you think about the black box, and pre-planted markers, you kind of start to remember the place. The place is basically this at the west side, the satellite, where you need to go. So where you are at the satellite, at this location, the first marker is located here. The second one is here, and the last one is up here. And the black box, you can find it easily right here. So that's how you complete Recovery 1 quest. So for the Recovery 2 quest, you need to find strange weapon parts. So these parts you can find at the satellite as well. So yeah, it's kinda this quest is basically based on as well. It's based on the server. If you have a good respawn rate, it's gonna be easier. If you play on, I don't know, if you play on some different kind of server, maybe the respawn rate is gonna be shit, and it's gonna take you a long time to actually find these strange weapon parts. So, but if you find one, that's how you complete the quest and get the blueprint, focus rifle and focus cells. And that's basically it from the Roland. So this little guy, this NPC is also new in here. It's called Dyder. So this dude gives you only one quest, which is called Collector. And in this quest you need to find the toy cars, basically. You need to find the toy cars. And this quest is kind of pain in the ass, but you can find easily these toy cars at the Abu City. Basically in the middle of these two buildings here. Or you can go as well to the Kahraman and try to find cars there. But this quest gonna take you actually a long time. It's basically based on the luck. It's based on the luck. If you play server, there you can have the benefits basically from the players. You can buy from the players these cars, or you can trade it basically. So that can be. So yeah, you can basically ask for these toy cars. You can ask players. You can buy it from them. You can trade it, and it is a much more easier to buy from the player, not to go run all the time and find it on your own. Basically, that's how it is. So yeah, this quest is gonna be pain in the ass, but if you are lucky to find all these cars, then go to the talk. Basically talk with this NPC and complete the collector quest. That's basically it from this NPC. Basically, the last quest is from Rude. It's called Finale. So for this quest you need 1 firewater, 1 tank memory module, 1 tank shell, and 3 document bags. Plus you need 200 kills, zombie kills, basically 200 zombie kills you need. So yeah, the firewater you can find from Fort Canal airdrops, in Fort Canal barrels. Yeah, and that's basically it, I think. Yeah, also you can actually find it in Abu City's barrels. So about tank memory module, you know where you can get that. You can get that in Al Mahyor. Document bags you can get easily at the Fort Canal, also at the Abu City Dead Zone bunker, but I recommend going you to the Fort Canal for the document bags. Tank shell you can get at the Fort Canal, also in the Abu City's Dead Zone, and zombie kills you can farm basically everywhere. So, and that's how you basically complete this quest. Well, also this NPC from the save zone Dominga is new as well. It gives you a contribution quest where you can earn basically the credits. You can earn the credits. You can take basically random quests and earn credits. Then you have reward pass, and you can actually get a decent stuff from here. You can exchange these credits basically for decent stuff. This is more useful if you basically play on multiplayer server. This is more useful in there. So I can recommend you to use this NPC if you play on multiplayer server. Guys, the next thing what I'm gonna include in this video is basically blueprints. I'm gonna show all the blueprints that you can find in this map, and I'm gonna include also all keys. And now it's part for the keys. So I'm gonna show each and every location where you can get each and every key at this map. So, and the last key that I know is located at the mansion over here. At the mansion, and there is door basically which needs rescue saw. You need to break this door basically, and there is old bunker key. So now I'm gonna include all the blueprints that you can find at this map basically. Maybe I'm gonna miss something, but you can comment in down below at the video. You can comment if I missed something. But I'm gonna show all the blueprints that I have seen, and so let's start with the first blueprint that is located at the overpass. So the one blueprint is inside into the Tamara. Into the Tamara, you need basically to get a white fuse to activate these boxes. The first box is here. And the second box is right here. Now you have access to these doors, and there you have a blueprint. So yeah guys, that's basically it, and I hope you enjoyed my Arid Reborn quest line tutorial, basically all the quests in this map. I hope you enjoyed. Press like on this video, please subscribe, and comment down below of this video what you think about this tutorial video, and should I need to make more and more basically new videos about the Unturned. So that's basically it, and what can I say? See ya in the next videos. Bye.